when they try to say, oh, we want to put it into this little square box and get it, everyone agreeing on this being experienced and this only, well, guess what? You squeeze the freaking life out of it. And then who wants to be there anymore? So then what does life and joy do? It goes, okay, well, here's another place on the planet. Let's just all spring up here. We're all going to meet up in China. We're all going to meet up in whatever the energy, because the movement of the Earth's energy, it's vibrant. But it doesn't, like, so here's a power point here, here's a power point here, here's a power point here. Well, when this one gets congested, okay, I'm going to move over here. And it actually literally just, the energy kind of moves in a certain direction. And so then it's there for a couple hundred years, and Rome's having their heyday, and China had their heyday, and these people had their heyday, and then all of a sudden something comes up. And maybe they still are having a heyday, but then the British come over and they say, well, we want your heyday, we want your heyday like our heyday, and all of a sudden, like, they've now massacred a bunch of Indians, and they've taken over their lands, and buffalo, I mean, these are the kind of things that have happened. So it shifts, and it moves, and then it... So at this given moment, we are happy to say that the power spots that have been are reactivating. There are new ones like the one here in Malibu that is reactivating. And we're actually the Earth is like little hot spots. It's like, imagine if all your engines are running at once. So that's why in Egypt there might be a roar about, we don't want that kind of government anymore. We don't want to be suppressed anymore. And in Greece we're saying, we don't want this anymore. And the Occupy Wall Street is like, well, fuck this. And the patriarchal, church is saying, well, screw this. And the people who've been in the dead marriage is like, well, screw this. And so basically they're saying anything that's not working, we're just saying, okay, we get that it's not working. So how do we get something that is working? How do I get my life? What's not working in my life? How am I not at 24 pistons, 24 days? Or 24 hours, 24 days, 24 lifetimes? What is not fully aligned within my own being? And when you find out what that is, there's just a little magic button, you just go press, and you just go realign. I mean, we would actually say it's that easy. And we also know how challenging and difficult it might be. And we were trying to assist the challenging effort into the ease and grace of surrender and into the effortlessness of grace and ease and the way Spirit moves, which is grace and ease. So if there is something constricted in your body, there's something constricted in your heart, there's something constricted in your mind, go, oops, I'm not in alignment. And I can take that constriction and I can expand it out, expand my thoughts out. I can take that constriction in my heart, I can expand that out. I can take that constriction in my body and I can expand it out. And in that expanse I can receive all the loving kindness and universal energies and have it power and flow through my body and expand it out. And then I'm living an expanded life. And I'm an expanded being. And not a contracted, confused, afraid, doubtful, angry, resentful. I mean, we just like who wants to live that life? Like, who really? Who wants to live that life when you can live this? And then this. And then this. And then eventually the body's even too small, and so I'm expanded outside my body. And even then this body becomes too tired and old, so I expand outside of that old body and I become the great expanse again. Who would fear death if they knew that that's what they're going to? Who would want their children, their mothers, or whoever to stay if they knew that's what they were expanding into? And that they, in their expanded mind, can expand with them there even if they have a body. Because I'm not limited to this body. I can choose not to be limited to this body. I can choose to limit myself with this body. My choice. My will. My intention. And we hope that when you wrote your intention today, you included that I experience more joy, more bliss, more peace in this physical body every day of my life, every minute of my life, forever, even when the body stops working. May I manifest in the fullness of that. If you have not intended that on your card, write it on your heart. Write it in your mind. So that you can be the most expanded being that you possibly could be at any given moment of any given day throughout eternity. And we have another secret for you. Just like the universe is expanding and expanding and expanding and expanding, guess what? You as a universal being are doing the same. There is no limit to your being. It is the finite mind that thinks it's finite. It is the infinite being that transcends the finite mind and lives the infinite life. And in that infinite life, you continue to expand. And there is no end to your expanse. What a great joy is that? I mean, truly, if you could live the most expanded life, and in that expanded life is just pure bliss, joy, clarity, wisdom, and I can choose endless universes to manifest. I can choose, maybe I'll stay on the planet a little longer and be a dolphin. I've always wanted, I'm out there surfing and paddleboarding, but actually, I'm going to actually be a dolphin next time. I'm going to see what it's like to be in the waves and play and not have to go to work and not have to raise my children in the water with me, and we're just always hanging out in the water. Wouldn't you want a lifetime like that? Wouldn't you want a lifetime as an eagle? Wouldn't you like a lifetime as just space? Where you can just travel and be and just explore. Mankind is very clever, but they're not clever enough to find a vehicle that allows them to go anywhere in the universe at any time. But you have the ability to go to any place in the universe at any time. Most of you are too attached to this physical body to want to stay in the body and be the body and just kind of keep yourselves here, planted firmly on the earth. I want to be 110 years old before I give up this body. It's going to give itself, it's going to give you up before it gives, but it's just not going to happen. So consider what it'd be like to be an expanded being, that you can actually just explore through eternity many, 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 many different ways of manifesting. And we would say, with the deepest compassion in our hearts, choose to manifest in peace. Choose to manifest as the pure essence of your being, which is what they say is love, or unconditional love. How they ever separated love and unconditional love, we don't understand. Love is unconditional, is it not? Why are they saying, well, there's love and then there's unconditional love? Well, isn't love unconditioned? And aren't you that? And if there's anything inside of you that says, not quite sure, not fully manifest, then say, why not? Why not this moment? Why not this lifetime? Why not plow through the things that have kept me in the way? I've experienced my life in its fullest potential, its fullest purpose, its fullest manifestation as the awake, lively beings that you are. And saying that you're not doesn't mean it's true. Saying that it is gives you more freedom to explore that. So that was a little tidbit we wanted to throw out for you. Is there any other questions?
Yes. Can you help shine light on attachments that I may have, or areas where I may be blocking my truth?
We just did. But in words, what we would like to say is make it your direct commitment to see yourself as love and love only. And that's your bar. Anytime you see yourself other than love, and we speak of the pure love, and pure means unstained. There's not a stain of anything other than just pureness. See yourself as that, because that is the truth. Any concept, any conclusion, any belief system, any criticism, any judgment, anything else that anyone else ever tells you, or you want to tell yourself, deny it. Say that is not the truth, because I am love. I'm pure love. And the more you resonate and bring your mind back and your experience back to that, this question that you asked will cease. Because it will be your experience. And it will be your experience then throughout eternity. If God or Spirit is love, and love is all there is, why would we deny that with experiencing other things? To shine the light is to be the light. To shine the light is to experience the light of your being in manifestation with the light of all beings. You do not have to wait for another to awaken, for you to connect with them in how you see them as a truth of their being, is that they are also divine light, divine love, pure. Maybe confused, maybe I'm a little confused, but that confusion is like waking up. I'm getting ready to wake up. You know how sometimes you're in that halfway state where like, I'm no longer sleeping, I'm not fully awake, and you're just kind of like in and out? That's where most of you guys are at this moment. Some of you guys are kind of sitting on the side of your bed going, ready for the day. Some of you guys have just kind of, coming out of a little bit of a nightmare or a dream. But most of you guys are kind of saying, I remember. I remember. And again, there is one truth that we would say is true. You can place everything, and every saint and sage has proclaimed it, through the sounds and vibrations of the universe, is that you are love. And love is a word, and it's a word in many different languages and different things, but basically it is the essence that is pure. The attributes are bliss, peace, joy, clarity, wisdom. Those are just attributes. But it's going back to your pure energy, your pure vibrational frequency. So we don't know if we answered your question or not, or do you have a more specific?
You definitely answered my question.
Very good.
Thank you.
Do you feel that that is who you are?
I know that's who I am.
Excellent. Great.
You mentioned Egypt a number of times. Can you give us a time frame as to when the pyramids were actually constructed, and tell us a little about the civilization and the purpose?
So they were constructed in a blueprint prior to them manifesting in the physical form. So what we will say about that is, before they took form, physical form, there was an energetic blueprint of them in the ether realm. Those who were connected to the building of it telepathically received that blueprint in their mind and then brought it into manifestation. As far as times and dates, it was thousands of years ago.